I was recently in Orlando, Florida, and I visited a store in Sanford, Florida, which is a town just in the northern outskirts of Orlando. And it's called Maya's Used Books and Records. It's a wonderful store. It's 1.5 floors. The upper floor is an amazing collection of vinyl, albums and 45s, cassettes, DVDs, VHS, all related to music. It's just an amazing collection. And then down on the first floor is the used books section, and they had a wide variety of books on all different subject matter. And um, I went there and I thought they had a great collection, but they actually told me no, actually we're thinned out because of Christmas, so they were restocking. But they still had a wonderful collection of just everything. So one of the things I picked up was this, the Best American Comics 2014. And this is just a series of comics that was done every year. I don't know if it was last year that they stopped, but just a collection of mostly just independent comics that came out during the year. So some of the excerpts here from Jaime Hernandez, and sometimes they're original stories, or most of the time they're just excerpts or stories from existing comics. So this is more like a sampler. So you have work by Jaime Hernandez, Ben Catcher, Charles Burns, an excerpt from The Hive, uh, Gilbert Hernandez, Adrian Tomina, and an R. Crumb and Eileen Kaminsky Crumb uh, story from Drawn Together. So this is not like new exclusive work, but it's just a bunch of collection of a lot of well-regarded and very talented cartoonists. So I actually, they had a few issues, a few years, but this is the one that kind of stuck out to me because I love all these creators. Just love that Jaime Hernandez art. I mean, he just says so much without a word. Just a master storyteller. Just the way the eyes are and this focus and these interesting camera angles is just really amazing to me. And there's Charles Burns. But then that's not just all the work that's there. This is a R. Crumb story that I'm going to have to flip through because there's some stuff that probably needs strategically placed. Post-it notes. And then down here, they'll actually tell you, then there's like, that's like the first part, and then there's the second part. And there's all these little parts here. It's like, so this is an excerpt from a drama by Raina Tagelmeyer. And then Jane the Fox and Me by Fanny Britt Isabel Arsenault. I don't know some of these are. I mean, Raina Tagelmeyer I do know. So interesting work. Some of these cartoonists I am not familiar with. And then again, now there's another section. So there's an excerpt from Miriam Katim, which I actually have this book, Letting It Go, and other cartoonists. And there's a piece from Heartless, which I believe was reissued recently. But Nina Bunjevac is one of my favorite cartoonists. She's just amazing. I have to get to that section here because she's just so good. I mean, she's announced that she's going to give up. I think she has one more graphic novel to come out, and then she's going to stop being a comics artist. It's just beautiful work. Just really outstandingly gorgeous. And then you have an excerpt from Saga by Vaughn and Staples, Brandon Graham stories. So you have all these very eclectic, diverse creators that are on these books. This is what they call the Book of the Year, Building Stories. I read this. To me, this is my favorite Chris Ware book. I've read quite a few. I think I have one that's pending as far as that was collected in graphic novel form. And then here you have extra from March, Hip Hop Family Tree, and the program is Morally Good. Just really interesting stuff. So I'm looking forward to diving into this. I just thought it was a really cool collection. I like the end papers a lot. You know, this is how you start reading these comics, the superhero stuff, and you start learning how to make your own comics. Just great stuff. I also picked up at Maya's The Encyclopedia of Early Earth. This is by Isabel Greenberg. I had recently read Glass Town, which was her story about the Bronte sisters and Brother, which I thought was a really fascinating, well done graphic novel. This was recommended to me by my friend in the UK, Richard Hine, who him and his wife just recently celebrated the birth of their first child. I'm very happy for them. I think they'll be excellent parents. And so I remember him mentioning this book, so I picked it up, and this book is just really wonderful. I love these end papers. This is a large hardcover. This is from 2013. The paper quality is really good. I don't mind the matte. I actually like the matte. Shiny paper makes the colors pop, but I do like just the matte. It's not as reflective. It does impact the color, but if you know what you're doing, it's the look you're going for. I haven't read this book yet. Like I said, it was very well regarded. Isabel Greenberg is a outstanding cartoonist. She's still publishing to this day. Very interesting use of colors. I love this black, gray, this like gray tone, white, black, and red. I don't know what the story is about yet, but it's supposed to be very good, and it's a really lovely, large hardcover. You don't see, this is like probably the size of like maybe height-wise of like Monica or something, but you don't see a lot of these books and this size anymore. Everybody's trying to make them smaller and slimmer to like save on cost, I guess. So it's nice just to see one of these old, very heavy, well-made graphic novels. I'm really looking forward to reading this. I love all these little figures that are somehow like, that's not, I don't know if it's spot varnish, but they just kind of like stick out a little bit, but they're not really drawn. Sort of, it's interesting. It's just really, there's a lot of care and craft in this book. So I'm really excited to read this. At Maya's, I picked this up. This is a sealed promotional animation cell. It's not like the actual animation cells that they sold, but I mean, it is one. I'm a big Beavis and Butthead fan. This is back from my very, very early college days. The price was pretty good. It was $15, and if you look back at the show, it actually ages pretty well. So I'm looking forward to, the only question I have, and I hate this, is that I don't know if I should open it or not, because I really don't plan on flipping it. I hate that collector mentality sometimes where you have like, oh no, don't open it, but it's like, what's the point of having it? So I probably will open it. When I do, I'll show it off. But this was a fun pickup in the music section, and my son Nick was the one that spotted it, so I jumped on it. And lastly, at a different store whose name I cannot remember at this time, I went through and I found this collection. This was actually like sealed, unread. It's The Beauty Supply District by Ben Catchor, and this appears to be a collection of strips that Ben did for a weekly, I believe. And so this was published around, I think, 2000. And it's brand new, in great shape. So I've heard about Ben Catchor for quite a while. So I thought this was a great way of just seeing this strip and seeing this work and seeing how it kind of resonates. Really high quality book, really nice paper, great end papers. Again, these are the things that you don't see as much as far as, I don't want to be negative, but sometimes you just don't see this quality very often in graphic novels these days as you did then. But it's I'm looking forward to this. Just love these end papers here. A lot of thought, you can tell, is put into this, and just a lot of great quality here. So that's what I got. Not a major haul. What I find with a lot of these used bookstores is that sometimes their pricing is fair, but sometimes their pricing, like at Maya's, I thought it was fair, and some of the other stores I went to, and I went to like 4 bookstores in one afternoon. I think sometimes their pricing is what I call aspirational, which means they aspire to get as much as this certain amount of money for a book, but it's really not worth it. You can get it a lot cheaper on eBay when you factor in shipping. So I didn't get a lot. I always like to look for a good deal. But this is what I picked up. So it was fun. Definitely want to visit Maya's again. But it was a, pretty successful shopping trip. You don't always have to get a million books. You just get stuff that you really like and is what resonates with you. Anyway, hope you enjoy these comics. If you know anything about them, please let me know. That's the fun part for me, when I find out about books from people that actually have seen the videos and actually respond. Anyway, have a nice day.